All right. I'm going to start over. Hi, my name is Fatima, and I am one of the co-founders of Collective 365. And the best way to describe Collective 365 is that we are a twist on a traditional giving cycle. We believe in creating a space, time, and resources to celebrate and invest in Black and Brown communities in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And the way that we do that is by pulling our resources together to create a community fund, which is unrestricted grant funding and capacity building resources. We started out on Juneteenth 2020, and to date, we have been able to have 3 cycles of grants. And we just want to share some quick numbers. So this year, our highest grant fund is $20,000. And in 2021 and 2022, we raised a total of $35,000. And that was awarded to 9 Black and Brown-led businesses, nonprofits, and grassroots movements. Because of 130 plus members, and several unknown donors, we have been able to raise a total of $55,000. Our members come from DC, Maryland, Virginia, and beyond. We have 500 grant applicants over 3 years, and we are proud to say that these applicants engaged in a simple, equitable, and accessible grants process. So those of you who haven't seen our application, it is a total of 26 questions. Of the 26 questions, 6 are small essay or brief essay responses. Everything else is like a drop-down menu or multiple choice, because we recognize that many of our applicants are doing a lot with a little, and they don't have time to do a 40-hour grant application because they're doing work. And so we're proud to make this a simple process. We had 41 grant applicants connected to free capacity building resources. So one of the unique things about Collective 365 is we celebrate time, talent, treasure, and testimony. So money's great, but unfortunately we don't have enough to give to everyone, but we do have amazing members who can share their talent and their testimony. And so we have given free resources to several applicants, even those that were not awarded, such as strategic planning, grant writing, photography, social media assistance. That capacity building was a total of 80 hours, and it was worth $10,000 in services. And this year, we were able to review 197 applications, literally read every application, just to be clear. And that was because of 26 amazing volunteers. So I just want to shout out the grants committee really quick, because that was a labor of love. They are volunteers who serve from February 1 all the way up until our last meeting, I think was like the 20th or something. So thank you to them for making the grant cycle possible. Our why. So Black and Brown people can identify their problems in their communities, and with time, space, and resources, they can also identify and execute solutions. Collective 365 believes that we must trust Black and Brown folks to be visionaries, leaders, and problem solvers in their own communities. We demonstrate this trust by providing unrestricted grants for individuals, yes, you heard us, individuals, business owners, nonprofits focused on improving education, eliminating health disparities, and addressing social injustices and workforce development. Our entire purpose is to facilitate opportunities to learn about community needs through service engagement, educational, and networking events in order to support the sustainability of communities of color through philanthropic giving. We basically want a space where you can start your philanthropy legacy, and we want you to recognize that whether you have $10,000 to give or 100 hours to give, it all matters and it's all needed. The way we do our work is informed by these guiding principles. So first, we focus on the root causes of economic, racial, and social injustice. We're always asking ourselves, even in our grants committee meetings, of like, is the way that we're giving this money helping or hurting? Are we perpetuating or trying to terminate injustice? We strive to include people who are impacted by those injustices as leaders and decision makers. One of the unique things about us is that membership is free. Yeah, free 99, y'all. If you want to vote, we ask for $50. In comparison to the average giving circle in America, which requires a contribution of anywhere from $250 to $1,000 a year, $50 is really low compared to others. And we do that on purpose because we want to make sure that those who are in the community are the ones that are making the decisions. They're familiar with the applicants. They're not from across town kind of looking down at these communities. We aim to make the field of philanthropy more accessible and diverse. And lastly, we are accountable, transparent, and responsive in our grant making. All right. Wait, sorry, my screen is jumping. Okay. And I want to share our team. So hi again, Fatima, founder. Allison Gilbreth, she is our board president and also a co-founder. Our board vice president and co-founder is Bianca Myrick, who's also your lovely host this evening. Amanda Hagerman Thompson is our board secretary and co-founder. And then Abbey Philips is our board treasurer and co-founder. And it's still not working. Okay, there we go. Membership. So as I shared before, membership is free 99. And there are 3 levels because we want people to know that we truly believe that philanthropy is for everyone. So we have general membership, which means that you give your time and talent. And that's anywhere from a contribution of $0 to $49. And membership is year to year. You don't have to necessarily renew. But if you want to start out as a general member the first year and then say, oh, next year, now that I've got an understanding of the organization, I want to move up to be a voting member, you can, and vice versa. You can start out as a voting member and then be like, hey, my pockets ain't got it this year, so I need to bump down to being a general member. That's okay. As a voting member, you vote on how grants are funded. You vote on how grant funding is awarded. Membership begins March 2nd, 2023. So this past March, all the way up until the following March. And again, it's on an annual basis. And that contribution is $50 a month. We use DonorBox, which is a secure platform on our website that tracks all transactions. So you can do a monthly donation to get to the 50. So you don't have to do a one-time donation of $50. You can do $10 for 5 months. You can also set up an annual donation so that it automatically comes out the same time every year, so you don't have to remember. And then our last level of membership is board membership. We are actively recruiting for board members. So please, if you love what you are hearing and seeing this evening, consider being a board member. Board members help us recruit our general and voting members, as well as other board members. They oversee fiduciary decision-making and advance the mission of the organization. It requires an investment of $100 or more per year. And I want to explain that our board, shout out to our board, who some of them are rolling off and it's hurting my heart, but I'm also very, very grateful. They fund all of the extra things. So our board contribution, that funds our website, that funds any marketing that we do. So any donation that we get from our general and voting members, 100% of those donations go back into the community grant fund, which goes back into the community. So unlike other giving circles that take 10% or 5% of a donation to sustain their operations, our board is what sustains the operation of the organization. And my mouse isn't working. Give me a second.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Fatima, for giving us that lovely overview that lovely history. And guess what? We're not just giving out money, we're giving out knowledge tonight too. So we're gonna do a little bit of trivia. Okay, we're gonna play a little bit of trivia. We got some breakout discussion set up. So here is the trivia. As the founder of Baltimore-based Brown Capital Management, this individual leads one of the country's oldest African-American-owned investment management firms. With his wife, he established a family foundation at the Baltimore Community Foundation in 1994. In 2002, the couple donated $5 million to the Baltimore public school system, starting the Turning the Corner Achievement Program, an initiative preparing African-American middle school students in Baltimore for high school and beyond. So if you look on your screen, a poll has popped up and you can choose the answer. Is it Brandon Scott? Is it Eddie C. Brown, or is it Derek Green? Make your choice. Go ahead and submit your answer. See, we giving out funding and knowledge for you to take with you.
All right. All right, I'm going to close the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we had 4 out of 18 people say Brandon M. Scott. 12 out of 18 said Eddie C. Brown. 2 out of 18 said Derek D. Green. And the answer is Eddie C. Brown.
All right, all right. So look, let's take this knowledge with us. We're learning about various philanthropists who are giving their time, talent, and treasure to make the community better. So now what we are going to do is we're going to have a little interaction and just have people network and fellowship. I think that's one of the great things about Collective is, you know, we're kind of building like this network where people can learn about what other people are doing. So our finalists and Collective 365 board members are pretty much going to serve as breakout room facilitators. In a moment, you will see a dialog box pop up at the bottom of your screen, and you will be invited to select a breakout room. Just select the breakout room based on the focus area that interests you. And so these are our 4 focus areas: social justice, health, workforce development, and education. So you will get to choose which breakout room that you kind of want to network and fellowship in. So look for the pop-up toward the bottom of your screen. No problem, Fatima. And when y'all go in the breakout room, let's chat. Let's chat. Don't, you know how you be in a breakout room and Dad it just be like silence. I'm just sitting there. I'm looking at you, you looking at me. Let's get in this breakout room. Right. Ashley know what I'm talking about. You're like, dang, we just sitting here just in silence. Don't have much to say today. Let's get in here and let's chat. Let's learn about each other and have a little bit of discussion.
And Mercedes. Okay. And then more questions. Nicole and Yasmin. And then education is, she's not here. Okay. So I'm about to open the room. Oh, sorry, Bianca, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, while you're opening the rooms, Health will have Legend Park Walkability Project and the Good News Community Kitchen. Education will have R.E.A.L Girlz. Jenaé will be in that room. Abbey will be in that room. And then workforce development, we'll have Natisha and Glean LLC and ScholarCHIPS. So go ahead and click and you should see those 3 breakout rooms at the bottom of your screen. You are joining based on your focus area or whatever area you kind of, want to chat about. Feel free to pick your breakout room based on, what you want to discuss. We've got health, workforce development, and education. You click the bottom of your screen, you should see join breakout room, or you may just have to go to the bottom and click breakout rooms, and it should pop up.
I am going to room hop because I think we've got coverage in all of the rooms.
What's happening? Am I in the breakout room or am I in the main room?
You're in the main room.
Oh. Hello. I'm back. Welcome back, everyone. I hope that everyone has some engaging conversation. Looks like we're still waiting on some people.
While we wait, I'm interested to know what were some things that came up in your breakout rooms, because I couldn't join, so. Okay, just keep all the goodness to yourselves then.
Anyone want to share anything? Did you learn any new information? Did you make a new connection?
This is Allison. The takeaway is that Collective just needs to continue to raise more money so we can dismantle these systems of racism that permeate so much of our society.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. It's always great to be around like-minded people. So we are going to continue with our trivia. So trivia question 2, once again, not just giving out funds, we're giving out knowledge. As the former chairman of Citigroup and Time Warner, this gentleman has given substantially to education. In 1993, he donated $1.4 million to establish the Surname Scholarship Fund at Howard University. Today, he sits on the board of the Rockefeller Foundation, which was founded in 1913 to help find solutions for the world's biggest problems. So your choices are Kenneth Frazier, Stanley O'Neill, or is it Richard Parsons?
I feel like the delay in y'all selecting makes me think some of y'all are on Google right now.
I was using all my self-control,
Yeah.
not to search it.
As my 4-year-old would say, stop cheating. That's not nice.
Facts.
I just want to point out that 1913 was a beautiful year. That's all.
Precisely that, Mercedes.
Okay, Divine 9.
I'm just gonna let you all have it. Right, Felicia? We're, just finer. We don't need to say anything,
All right, so what do we have for the answer?
End poll. So we have 6 out of 17 said Kenneth, 2 out of 17 said Stanley, and then 9 out of 17 said Richard.
Y'all was cheating.
The answer is
Richard Parsons. All right, so look, y'all. See if you can find the Rockefeller Foundation so you could tap in. That they really do give out funding. They fund grant makers for girls of color.
Mm-hmm.
So that funding can flow to you, I'm gonna tell you. All right, so moving on, it's time to spotlight our wonderful finalists. So exciting. The first person that we are going to spotlight is Zyahna Bryant from Virginia. The goal of her work, Black Girl Builders, in its current form is to prioritize the needs of Black youth in the Charlottesville, Albemarle community. She currently serves 5 mentees in a one-to-one mentorship capacity, and the goal is to create a broader support network with Black women and girls in the community to create a nurturing community for the young people who are looking for mentorship, mental health and wellness resources, and training for advocacy and community work.
You may be familiar with her because she is credited with getting the Confederate statues taken down in Charlottesville. She just graduated from the University of Virginia and was recently named Ebony's Top 100 or Power 100 list. And she was unable to attend, and so that's why Bianca was reading.
Yes. So tap into her work. Wonderful job, Zyahna. Y'all go Google her, find what she does so you can be connected. All right, so now we are going to spotlight number 2. So that is Fancie. Go ahead, Fancie.
Greetings, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. This is very exciting. Not only is it exciting to have a platform to share, but also just to be in the presence of so many people that are really striving to make impact. So thank you all for your individual work. The project that I'm proposing, and honestly, my overall work, the theme of my work overall, is just creating new avenues of access for people that have been traditionally left out of decision-making processes. I really strive to figure out ways that we can integrate art, community, history, food, health, fun into transforming our current reality into creating better tomorrows. One way in particular that we are exploring this here in Petersburg, where a lot of my work happens, is through walkability and mobility and making sure that people have access to the community that they need, to food that they need, to healthcare resources, to jobs, just to be able to actually use the things that you have to get where you need to go. In the event that you don't have a car, in the event that you don't have access to the bus, you still deserve the right to get to the places that you need to get to safely. Our young people need to see these investments, these infrastructure investments be made in their communities to really prove that they matter and to prove that places like Petersburg, Richmond, these places that are traditionally very Black and very Southern, they still hold a lot of power. And I really am excited to be able to shine a small spotlight on that work. If you want to tap into more work that we're doing, I could definitely use your help At the June 24th at Pleasance Lane Elementary School, we're going to have a community field day. There we will be doing a small walkability project there on the corner of Pleasance Lane and Beach Street. We'll be painting a small street mural to improve walkability between the garden across the street to the actual school, where we're doing a lot of hands-on agricultural education. If you'd like more information, please feel free to email me directly. You can reach me at fancie@vt.edu. And my name is spelled Fancie. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here and very honored.
Yes. Can you see my heart? I was struggling to get it on the screen, but yes. I just love that you're doing this in Petersburg. For those of you who aren't familiar, I feel like Petersburg is like the ugly stepchild, but it has like a lot of rich history, and amazing people come out of there. So thank you for like seeing value and like not being like, oh, I'm just going to focus on Richmond because like everything's like popping and everybody's interested in Richmond, you know, like it's easy to just go where everyone already is, but to say like, I'm going to be in a space that maybe is overlooked or completely disregarded is something worth like noting and celebrating. So thank you.
All right, so we are going to move on to our next trivia question. This prominent public figure and philanthropist is a leader in entertainment, hospitality, humanitarianism, athletics, and more. She originally made her fortune with her husband when they founded Black Entertainment Television and endeavored to provide a media platform for Black artists and a network to elevate issues affecting Black people. She has invested millions to support students pursuing careers in art and design. Your choices are Sheila Johnson, Constance M. Orlando, Kimberly Page, or Deborah Lee.
Fancie, please check the chat. There are some people who want to connect with you. I don't know if you can see it, but wanted to make sure you didn't leave without seeing the love in the chat. All right, this was a little quicker. So either y'all are getting really good with Googling or y'all just knew the answer. So we've got 13 out of 17 are saying Sheila. Nobody was voting for Constance. One person said Kimberly. 3 people said Deborah. And your answer is?
Sheila Johnson.
Sorry, there it is. Sheila.
Oh, you good. Okay, Sheila Johnson. So you all have learned about some awesome philanthropists, and we are going to go ahead and continue with spotlighting our finalists. So our next finalist is Tammy Mobley from R.E.A.L Girlz. R.E.A.L Girlz, it stands for Responsible, Empowered, and Loved. It's an empowerment program providing safe spaces for girls to foster healthy relationships, develop leadership skills, and believe in their greatness. And so R.E.A.L Girlz provides several programs across Richmond schools and Henrico schools as well, primarily working with middle and high school girls. They are doing amazing work. And I know Tammy, because I talk with Tammy a lot. We are colleagues in the same space. I know for a fact that she is looking for site facilitators, women to be site facilitators. I know that's a need of hers.
And she also asked me to share this, but hold on, I'm going to stop sharing my screen to make sure that I connected the sound. Hold on one second. Let me go to share screen, share sound. We're back.
When I say we are, you say responsible. We are
responsible.
We are
responsible.
When I say we are, you say empowered. We are
empowered.
We are
empowered.
When I say we are, you say love. We are
love.
We are
love.
Who are we?
Real girls.
Who are we?
Real girls.
Hi, I'm Tammy Mobley, the founder of R.E.A.L Girls, responsible, empowered, and love. R.E.A.L Girls is an empowerment program helping girls foster healthy relationships, develop leadership skills, and believe in their greatness. We are currently in 10 schools in the city of Richmond and Henrico County. We work with middle schools all the way through high school. In our middle school program, we provide empowerment sessions. We do things like mental health awareness, positive affirmation. We even do healthy cooking. We want them to feel safe in an environment where they're able to use their voices, because that's what R.E.A.L Girls do.
My name is Khalil Houston. I work for community schools in Richmond. I brought R.E.A.L Girls to Elko Middle Schools because when we're talking about social skills and emotional development amongst girls, I think they definitely could benefit from the program. So that's why I pretty much brought them. And so far, I would say that before R.E.A.L Girls was in the school, there was a lot of fights. But since y'all have been here, definitely been like less physical and verbal altercations.
One of the highlights of our program is our weekend program. It's a leadership and mentorship program for high school girls. In this program, high school girls actually provide mentorship to elementary school girls. So we meet twice a month, every other Saturday from 11 to 1 at the Light Show.
My name is Amy, and my daughter Nia is a little sister in R.E.A.L Girls, and she absolutely loves it. She thrives in R.E.A.L Girls. She keeps talking about it. She can't wait to come back. And we've been in other organizations that she just has not enjoyed, but R.E.A.L Girls has by far been her favorite. So please, please continue this program.
I see R.E.A.L Girls growing into a building. When we first started in 2019, I was in one school and had about 6 girls. Last academic year, we worked with over 200 girls. And in 2023, I'm sure that number is going to exceed. So if we could possibly get a building there so we can have all of these amazing girls together to provide a safe space for them to share, for them to learn, for them to be empowered, not only by myself, but other partners that come in and pour into our girls as well.
When I say we are, you say responsible. We are responsible. We are responsible. When I say we are, you say empowered. We are empowered. We are empowered. When I say we are, you say loved. We are loved. We are loved. Who are we? R.E.A.L Girls. Who are we? R.E.A.L Girls. Who are we? R.E.A.L Girls.
Yes.
So much. Love the work that Tammy is doing. So please tap into Tammy. I have her email, and I'm going to drop her email in the chat in a moment. I'll drop it in the chat. So now we are going to move on to another trivia question, giving out some more knowledge. This Texas sweetheart has not only carved a name for herself in Hollywood, but she continues to make great strides in the philanthropic world. In 2012, she founded her namesake foundation to empower Latinas to reach their potential through education and entrepreneurship in Latin America and the U.S. The foundation assists with programs that help Latinas excel in school and attend college. Your choices are Zoe Saldana, Michelle Rodriguez, Eva Longoria Boston, or Eva Mendez.
right, I am going to close the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we had Zoe at 3 out of 16, Michelle 1 out of 16, Eva at 8 out of 16, and then Mendez 4 out of 16. And the answer is Eva Longoria. I used to love her on R.E.A.L. Now, what is it? Stepford Housewives? What was the name of the show?
Was it Desperate Housewives?
Desperate Housewives. Thank you. I was like, somebody that.
Look, y'all, I used to live on a Wisteria Lane.
Yeah, so I didn't watch it faithfully, clearly, because I couldn't remember the name of the show. But I just liked her vibe. Like whenever I did watch, like she was just always given everything that needed to be given.
Yeah, her photo is given, and
right.
she giving money.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. All right, so we are going to continue spotlighting our wonderful finalists. So up next, we have Glean LLC, Nicole Mason.
Good evening, everyone. I am honored to be amongst some amazing folks who are doing great work. I'm excited about what's happening with the Girlz group. My mom is thinking of all kinds of ways to, how can we get them a building? So if you don't mind, I would love for you to put in the chat if you've ever had an idea that has come to you repeatedly of something you wanted to start, something you have been passionate about, something that just tugs at your heart, but you didn't launch out because you weren't sure how to execute it or where the money was going to come from. So if you have had that experience, I would love for you to put a 1 in the chat. I see 1, thank you. Oh, I see 2. Oh, I see 3. If you are the type of person who has, oh, I see 4. If you are the type of person that you prefer to know A to Z before you start A, could you put a 1 in the chat? So what I wanted to share with you all has been that Glean LLC is the fulfillment or the stretching environment for me of really just being able for me to trust. My source comes from God, from my faith. So it's been a vision that every step of the way the provision is made. So if we could go to the next slide, I just wanted to show you something that has happened for us and the way that you all are contributing to us. So before you start the slide, essentially we have someone, you could pause it. And we don't need any audio. So what happened is several years ago, or a year ago, we had a young lady who wanted to work with us who had not worked in 10 years. She lived in Mosby, but she was being assigned to a location in Fulton. So if you're familiar with Richmond, that's like an 8-minute drive if you drive slow. But it took her 3 hours by bus to get to work. And so I was determined, like this cannot continue to happen. Although the bus was free, it was restricted. So if it takes you 3 hours to get to work, you work for 2.5 hours, and then it takes you 3 hours to get back home. How sustainable is that? So we had a transportation need. Prayed, asked God for wisdom. He allowed us to get an opportunity to get these 2 vans. And then we got a grant that would wrap the van. But most recently, those vans, one needs an alternator and one has some engine challenges that we need to repair. And so the grant that we would be receiving most recently would go directly to transportation. So I just want to encourage somebody who is thinking, I need to see the provision before I see the promise, that it is really important to take one step and then take the next step versus waiting, not taking any steps until you see all the resources laid out, because it's been my experience that the resources come as you start doing the work. So just be encouraged. If you have something that you're trying to launch and not really sure how to launch it, feel free to play the video so you all can see that provision will come. It may take some time, but it does come. So we were able to get both vans wrapped fully, and they will provide transportation to our staff. We are a commercial cleaning company. My personal ask to you all is if you could follow us on Instagram, that would help us uplift our voice to folks who are either looking for a job or looking to launch their own cleaning business. So we have something called the Glean Network, where we are helping to develop a network of service providers who are working in the commercial space. Thank you so much. I was actually going to drop it. So I'll drop both our website and our Instagram if you would follow us so that you can share if you know someone who is in need of employment or in need of a support system or a network as they launch out into their own company. I would love to do that.
Thank you so much. Excuse me. Just thank you for the phenomenal work that you're doing. Such creativity. Just like, just blown away by the creativity and entrepreneurial spirit. So we are going to move on to finalist 5. So that is Good News Community Kitchen with Mercedes Kirkland Doyle. So come on, Mercedes, and tell us about what you're doing.
Well, thank you. First and foremost, it is a privilege to be amongst community. I was always told if you're being obedient and you're walking in your purpose, don't worry who's beside you right now. Your tribe will find you. And I have to say, I'm amongst a really amazing community that I'm excited to continue to serving alongside in whatever capacity we can. So thank you for having me. And thank you for the opportunity to connect with other like-minded game changers. So I'm Mercedes. I'm the founder and executive director of the Good News Community Kitchen. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that focuses on hunger relief in Northern Virginia, Washington Metropolitan, as well as some areas or some schools in Baltimore, in Maryland. I do have a video that could play first, and then I'll just take it from there. Can you play the sound?
Yeah. So you want the video now? I accidentally hit next.
No. You can go ahead. The video kind of will say what I was going to say, and then I'll pick it up after.
Let's see if I can get to maximize this and turn the video on. Hold on. Sound.
3 nonprofit organization. The Good News Community Kitchen is an innovative 501c3 nonprofit organization founded by Army veteran Mercedes Naomi to rebuild and strengthen communities by fighting hunger, one meal at a time. We add value to the lives of others through our core 4 programs, leveraging community togetherness, our uniqueness, and through diverse representation. There are many opportunities for you to add value through our mission. Visit our website and contact us today.
Thank you. So yes, we focus on hunger relief, but we don't just stop there. So when I relocated to the area, the first thing I did was looked at the county's strategic plan to see what their concerns were. And so the concerns were food insecurity as well as workforce development. So in addition to providing a basic needs such as hygiene, essentials, and food, we also provide resume writing workshops and performance-based interview practices where we, give our professional expertise on even down to the color of which you should wear for an interview, which is, it can be considered dated, but also the 3 best questions you should have when you're interviewing that you want to ask the panel, and how you should present yourself and better market yourself. So our core 4 programs are Mobile Meals, Hygiene Heroes, Trends to Transition, and Warm Winters. While Mobile Meals is our largest program in the food relief program, that's how we build rapport with those that we serve. in my eyes, how we actually make the impact in providing the opportunity to exceed over what your current situation is through transition, where we teach you, or not you, but we teach those that we serve a skill set with the hopes of increasing earning potential as well as current situations. So under the Trends to Transition program, we offer Excellence to Exposure, which is at Title I schools. It's a STEM-based program where we've noticed that some of the students who attend Title I schools don't get the same resources as students who attend a Blue Ribbon school. And as well as our Leading Ladies program, which is also a young girls leadership program and mentor program that we only execute out through Title I middle schools. But overall, our largest program is the mobile meals, and that's where we provide Meals to Go kits to families of children, veterans, and the disabled, as well as the elderly, all throughout the area. In addition to that, we actually go out into the communities and we provide home-cooked meals for the unsheltered homeless. We got a van and we converted it. It's not quite a food truck, but it gives us a service window, hand washing sink, refrigerator, cabinet space we can lock. And it allows us to make our process more efficient and safe. And so we provide meals that we seal in containers with our food packaging device, and we go to the streets and we make sure that the unsheltered homeless are provided with a home cooked meal. I'm from the South, so that includes some type of potatoes and rice, chicken, whatever. But we make sure the individuals that we serve have a good meal. They have hand wipes to clean themselves, and then they also get access to our Hygiene Heroes packets, which provide socks, deodorant, toothpaste, bar soap, you name it. If you're interested in helping our mission, whether through manpower, intellect, your creative design, and/or monetary resources, please feel free to visit our website at www.tgnck.org. We have a giving page, and then you can contact us if you're interested in becoming a part of our team. Thank you.
I just want to say really quickly, thank you for your service first. And also, one thing that I was like, whew, when you were interviewing was just like the passion and like, y'all, when we talk about like Black and brown people doing like the most with the least, Mercedes is like that personified, because the amount of things that she and like a small team of just volunteers were able to do in Northern Virginia, DC, and now Maryland, right? Like you've ventured out to Maryland, has been just so impressive. And so I just want to like say hats off to you. And like I said, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Just amazing work. And I just love the dignity that goes into feeding people. So we're going to highlight our final finalist, which is ScholarCHIPS with Zyahna Harrington. So please tell us all about what you do.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. My name is Zyahna Harrington. I am the founder and executive director of ScholarCHIPS, Inc., which is a DC-based nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization. And our mission is to provide college scholarships, mentoring, mental health supports, and a robust support network or peer support. But it's much more complex, to college-bound young adults who have incarcerated parents, inspiring them to complete their college education. I definitely want to say thank you so much. Thank you. Collective 365 community, founder, Fatima, co-founders, and as well as the volunteers who and or committee members who took the time to read through all of our applications. I want to give a special shout out to Sean Smith, who actually told us about Collective 365, as well as our interviewers. And I pray I'm saying her name correctly. I think Kalia, and also Justin. I had a really great time interviewing with them. But anyhow, who we are, you know, we really, ScholarCHIPS really is a community. It is a healthy family. And I you know, preface that because unfortunately not all families are healthy, right? But ScholarCHIPS is a healthy, positive community, although not perfect. You know, who I am and why I started ScholarCHIPS. In a nutshell, I do very much believe that ScholarCHIPS is a divine assignment, because I was running from it for a very, very long time. And I thought that my career was going to be totally different. But I decided through a lot of different twists and turns to answer the call. And I'm so grateful that I did. I wouldn't trade this work for the world, even when it's often thankless, you know, late nights and early mornings. But my father has been in and out of jail and prison literally since I was like 2 years old to this very day. I'm now 30 years old and have my own family, and you know, and so I you know, can empathize to an extent and sympathize with my father, understanding that there were a lot of traumas and things that he went through in his childhood and teenage years, and possibly even young adult years, that's, you know, helped to probably influence some of the decisions that he made and some of the roads he decided to take. Our relationship is complicated, although I love my father and he loves me very much. When you put us together, you side by side, everybody says, you know, he spit me out. I look just like I'm the female version of my father. But when I was in high school, I was in a program, a community-based organization that was exposing teenagers to social entrepreneurship, and like this idea that even at a tender young age, that we had the power and the agency to make a difference and make a positive difference and change within our communities. And so that, you know, through that program and that cultivation, at the same time, my maternal grandmother and I were researching college scholarships online. And I mean, we were hustling, you know, for real. I mean, we started my junior year, you know, creating a calendar of scholarships I could apply for my senior year. And I'm very grateful that because of my grandmother's proactiveness and her leadership, that I was able to go to not only undergrad with full, you know, enough scholarships to cover everything, you know, to cover the cost of attendance, you know, my books, room and board, and then have a surplus, right? And then also had a scholarship to go to graduate school. But I understand that sometimes, unfortunately, in this country is still an anomaly, and that should not be the case. So I'm dedicated to this work. We give out scholarships. The scholarship amount has been $2,500 for several years, over 12 years. We're raising that to $3,500. The vision is that they will one day be full scholarships. You were talking $30,000, $40,000 per student. But of course, that's going to take resources. And we have a book award that started off at, $250, which is now $1,000. So we're constantly increasing all the resources we provide our scholars. If they tell us, you know, with mental health supports, if they need therapy, we will pay co-pays. We will pay the actual fee for the therapy. We have a young lady who just graduated from the University of Southern California, Anya. She's absolutely phenomenal. And she said, like, look, I really need therapy. I don't have the, and I promise I'll wrap up, the insurance, you know, and of course, even if you do, young people and the families have insurance, they don't always cover, you know, therapy or counseling, these kinds of things. And so we got another family foundation locally who also had a priority of supporting mental health, you know, programs and that, and we got them to put up, I think it was $2,500 to get her started. And she ultimately ended up taking bi-weekly therapy sessions for almost 2 years up until she graduated. We provide our scholars with brand new laptops. So these are the things, these are the supports that, and all of these young people, they're from DC and some counties in Maryland and Virginia, but they go to both HBCUs and private institutions across the country. So we have supported 80 scholars thus far, but this is just the very beginning. 38 young people have graduated from college coming through ScholarCHIPS. And yeah, we're so grateful to now be a part of the Collective 365 family. I'm looking forward to meeting more of you over time, and hopefully even some collaborations. How you can support us and connect with us. We're always looking for, of course, definitely donors, sometimes board members, definitely volunteers. We have a lot of need because we do events for scholars, right? We do care packages, so we need volunteers. Maybe if Collective 365, you all want to do a community service project, that could be one. Mentors, we're looking for mentors for our scholars. There's an application on our website. And so please visit us at ScholarCHIPS Fund, scholarchipsfund.org. Thank you all so much.
Wow, Yasmin, that was amazing. That was amazing. I need everyone to tap in. All right, now for the moment that you all have been waiting for. The Grants Committee actually reviewed 197 applications, selected 6 finalists to present to the members of Collective 365 to vote on the recipients of $20,000 in unrestricted grant funding. At this time, it's my pleasure to announce the recipients. Glean LLC will receive $5,000. The Good News Community Kitchen will receive $5,000. And ScholarCHIPS will receive $10,000. We want to thank all the applicants, our grants committee members. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. That's a labor of love for y'all to put in all them hours. It's akin to grading a bunch of term papers. So thank you. We appreciate that. Our volunteers, our members, we wouldn't have the funding without people to donate. And our donors. Some people, they just like, hey, we just want to donate. And we just want to thank everyone for joining us here tonight. We want you to connect with the finalists. All throughout the night, we've been dropping their information in the chat. And you know, yesterday when I was on the call with you all just reviewing the program, there was one finalist who said, hey, how can we advance the work of Collective? And I can't remember who it was.
It was Nicole.
Yeah, but that really stood out to me because, you know, this is work. This is raising money. This is asking people to become a member. And I was just very appreciative that she said, how can we help Collective so that you can give out more money and advance the mission? So we invite you to donate, become a member. If you're feeling real passionate and you want to be a part of the board, please do. Ask your friend, do they want to become a member or do they want to donate? If you want to be on the grants committee, please join us. The events committee, membership, we really need people on the grants committee, and make a direct ask. Share our stuff on social media, but I'm gonna tell you, a direct ask goes a long way. Get in front of somebody, excuse me, can you give $10 to this? Make a direct ask because we want to be able to give out more than $20,000 next year. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you all. I just want to say, once again, on behalf of the board, members, donors, applicants, thank you all for being in this space. Please, yes, we want you to join, connect, and give, but if you have ideas, we welcome that too. Like, we are building the plane as we fly it. We are the only giving circle of our kind in the country to our knowledge. And so we welcome the opportunity to not be stuck to principles of white supremacy, of like perfectionism and doing it the way that it's always been done. So please know that your voice, your presence is needed. And speaking of, it's Pride Month, and so I just want to reiterate that there are folks who, especially in the Black and Brown community, that are not able to love themselves and be themselves. And so Collective 365 affirms all Black and Brown people and those that are not Black and Brown, because my liberation is tied to yours. And so we're just excited to be able to reimagine philanthropy and disrupt philanthropy. And we're happy to do it with you all. So thank you and have a great evening. This will be posted to our YouTube channel if you want to rewatch it or share it. We will be posting the winners tomorrow. So please tweet, is it retweet? Yes, retweet, share, like, and all of that, because we want to amplify not only the winners, but also our finalists. So thank you all and have a great night. Be well.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to all.
Abby, I will